season premiere, meet the new 5th grade class, celebrity guest supermodel Kathy Ireland, and our biggest winner ever.
Tell me what the board says.
$1 million question.
The 5th grader season premiere. 2-hour event 1 week from tonight on Fox.
It's time to get ready for fall during the Shop Till You Drive clearance event at your Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealers. We're taking up to 40% off MSRP on 08 Rams and up to 22% off MSRP on our fashionable minivans. Check out our selection of fuel-efficient vehicles and find your perfect fit at the Shop Till You Drive clearance event going on now. Or get 0% financing for 72 months plus $4,000 bonus cash on Ram 1500 Quad Cab.
Coming up this week on Not the News.
Hey, we're going to be at the Beach Boogie Barbecue this weekend.
But if you can't get there, join us right here Saturday night for Not the News.
Not the News. Saturday night at 7:30.
There are things in our world that are beyond our ability to explain.
Fringe science.
It's not an exact science.
It's not even science.
Fringe series premiere Tuesday, September 9th on Fox.
FXB, Fox TV. What's in the box for you?
Tonight on Fox News at 10, police arrested another teen who they think is the fourth suspect in the murder of 69-year-old Willie Mae Hayes of Florence. We'll tell you more. Plus, law enforcement agencies will be out in full force this weekend looking for people who are driving under the influence. We'll bring you more details. And in the buzz, rapper DMX has pleaded guilty to a drug charge. Fox News at 10 is next.
From FXB Fox TV, the News 13 Network presents Fox News at 10.
Very good Friday night to you. Not a lot of showers out there, but it seems like they've been right where people are trying to play football. Saw a storm just over Hartsville. That's now gone. Showers just the west of Cheraw are also now gone, and things are quieting down all across the PD and the Grand Strand, and not expecting any more showers to form as we move into the remainder of the night tonight. Temperatures right now 78 degrees in Florence. It's lower 80s along the Grand Strand. Still sitting at 77 degrees in Lumberton. Overnight tonight, expecting some fog to form early in the morning. Temperatures overnight tonight will be in the low to middle 70s. Highs the next couple of days pretty much staying the same. Upper 80s along the Grand Strand, lower 90s in the PD. A couple showers still for the next couple of days. We'll take a look at your 4+3 Foxcast and the tropics coming up. Fox News at 10 starts now.
Welcome to Fox News at 10. I'm Martha Hunt, in tonight for Rusty Ray. Well, tonight's top 10 stories begin. Another teen faces murder charges in the death of 69-year-old Willie Mae Hayes. Hayes' body was found in a ditch in Florence, brutally murdered, and 3 other people were arrested Wednesday. Those 3 are David Johnson, Rashawn Bailey, and a 14-year-old. And today's arrest means that there are 2 teenagers now charged with murder. Well, the solicitor's office says that it will charge the teenagers as adults in both cases, but many wish they could help the kids before they get involved in criminal activity. More on this story coming up. Murder arrest. North Myrtle Beach police arrested a man in connection with the death of Phyllis Mowry. 43-year-old Jeffrey Wayne Reeby is charged with murder. A relative found Mowry dead in her home yesterday morning. Mowry's cause of death is strangulation. Reeby will be taken to J. Rubin Long Detention Center tomorrow morning. He is scheduled for a bond hearing tomorrow. DUI crackdown. The DUI crackdown continues across the state. Highways in South Carolina aren't the only place drivers will see law enforcement. This weekend's stepped-up enforcement is going to cross state lines. Hands Across the Border is a joint effort with more than a dozen law enforcement agencies on the Grand Strand. The 15th Judicial Circuit Law Enforcement Network will have checkpoints at the North Carolina-South Carolina state line on Highway 17. The checkpoints end at midnight. Nightclub shooting. 2 people were hospitalized after a shooting at a Grand Strand bar. The shooting happened at the Doghouse Sports Bar on North Kings Highway just before 3:30 this morning. Horry County Police say that 2 people got into an argument in the men's room, and that led to the shooting on the outside front porch. One man was shot in the shoulder and another was shot in the stomach. Police say they don't have detailed descriptions of the two suspects, but if you know anything about the shooting, please call police. Arson arrest. Darlington County deputies arrested a 78-year-old Hartsville man accused of arson. Deputies say that Ted Leon Griggs set fire to his own home on Bethlehem Road yesterday. Griggs remains in Darlington County Detention Center. Animal shelter operations. The Marion County Animal Shelter has received complaints about shelter operations. Well, now a rescue group is taking control of the shelter. Last night, the Marion County Council unanimously approved nonprofit rescue group Paws to the Rescue to take over the shelter. County Administrator Tim Harper says the county is happy to work with a group with experience in securing volunteers and raising funds. Train accident. A train crashed into a propane truck in Oklahoma today, killing 2 people. It happened on US 81 about a mile south of Medford. The crash ignited a huge explosion. A 3rd person was hurt. A Union Pacific spokesperson says that the truck was on the tracks when the train slammed into it. There were flammable materials in the train, but none of it leaked out. Stormy weather, heavy rain and hail moved through parts of Arizona. In Phoenix, flights were delayed because of strong wind gusts. Power outages left many neighborhoods in the dark. Flooding and fallen trees made it tough for drivers to commute. Katrina's anniversary, a solemn day in New Orleans. It was 3 years ago on this date that Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast, changing the city of New Orleans forever. Mayor Ray Nagin rang bells earlier today, marking the moment the first levee broke under the weight of Katrina. It's one of the few events still planned as a jittery city braces for Hurricane Gustav. Obama tattoo. Want a way to remember Senator Barack Obama's historic White House run? How about a tattoo? A tattoo shop in Moore, Oklahoma is doing Obama 2008 tattoos for free. And in addition to the words, the ink art also includes a picture of the senator's face. The owner says it's his way to show support to the Democratic presidential nominee. More right now on tonight's top story. The death of Willie Mae Hayes is the first murder since June of 2007. Geraldine Scott was murdered last summer, and in that case, a juvenile was charged with her murder. Kelly Gillespie takes a look at teenage crimes.
The Boys and Girls Club is an organization dedicated to providing a positive influence on teens in the PD. However, club director Dakar Brown says there's also vivid signs of negatives the club has to battle.
It do show that the power of influence. I mean, you talking about, I think I heard about there was some minors involved.
This week, an elderly Florence woman was found here. Authorities say she was stabbed several times. Police charge a 22, 19, and 2 14-year-olds.
Anytime you're working with young people and not even knowing the kids, even being that close to it, I mean, you see I saw some pictures of some people on the paper, and I mean, on the news, and it's like, wow, there goes another young person.
This isn't the first time a Florence teen was charged with the murder of an elderly woman. Last June, 75-year-old Geraldine Scott was found brutally murdered in her home. Police charged 17-year-old Devon Reed in that case.
We really have to hit on the part that today is a new day and we got to make a difference in the young people's life.
Florence police say their juvenile crime rates have decreased 44% for felonies, 54% for misdemeanors from 2006 through 2007. The Boys and Girls Club is one of their many groups that help keep the rates even lower.
For us, it's getting the kids to come into the door.
Brown says around 150 boys and girls come through these doors every day, and while unfortunately they can't reach everyone, he says they must forgive those they haven't and continue to try to make a difference. Reporting for Fox News at 10, I'm Kelly Gillespie.
Now, the solicitor told Kelly that he wants to try the 2 14-year-olds in the Hayes case as adults. And the solicitor also says Devon Reed, the teenager accused of killing 75-year-old Geraldine Scott, has a hearing scheduled for Wednesday, and Reed will also be tried as an adult. Family and friends will gather tomorrow to remember Ms. Hayes. Her funeral is set for 11 a.m. at Monumental Missionary Baptist Church, and the burial will follow at the Garden of Rest Cemetery. 3 years ago, Hurricane Katrina killed more than 1,800 people when it slammed into the Gulf Coast. People there are still rebuilding, even as Hurricane Gustav is predicted to move into the Gulf Coast on Sunday. Here's John Lawrence with more.
3 years ago, Hurricane Katrina nearly destroyed New Orleans.
When we left last time for Hurricane Katrina, my neighbor was sitting on the porch that Saturday evening reading the newspaper. He said, "Oh no, we're gonna be fine, I'm not leaving." He's dead.
Now, on this third anniversary of that massive storm, it could happen again. One resident says Gustav couldn't come at a worse time.
The pace of recovery is awfully slow. A lot of people who just don't have the wherewithal are really hurting badly.
Katrina ruptured the protective levees around New Orleans. $2 billion have been spent rebuilding them.
The levee system here in New Orleans is stronger than it's ever been.
FEMA was widely criticized for its response to Katrina, but the head of the agency says things are different now.
I cannot stop the hurricane from coming in. I can't stop roofs from getting blown off. What we can do is make sure that we're capable of responding and we're capable of making sure people are safe and sound.
New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin and others rang bells this morning to mark the time Katrina broke the first levee. Meanwhile, Gustav loomed and evacuation plans were in the works for coastal areas of the Gulf. I'm John Lawrence, reporting from Atlanta.
Trouble tonight for former Laura City Councilman Russell Herring. He was arrested this afternoon. SLED agents say that Herring used electronic benefit transaction cards in grocery stores, and then he used the merchandise to stock shelves in his wife's convenience store. He's accused of making 20 transactions amounting to more than $2,000. A couple of years ago, Herring pleaded guilty to having and selling drugs out of his Laura's convenience store. Well, some locals accused of stealing beer went before a judge this afternoon. 16 people are accused of stealing $50,000 worth of beer from Better Brands Distribution, and today the judge set a PR bond for the majority of those suspects, and most are out on bond tonight. Some of the suspects face up to 10 years in prison if they are convicted. Well, a Myrtle Beach couple charged after their lighting business burned in June face more charges tonight. A state law enforcement agent arrested Lisa and Joseph Taylor Thursday, and they charged each with 2 counts of intimidating witnesses and filing false police reports. SLED charged Joseph Taylor with arson in June after his business burned near the back gate of the former Air Force Base. Both remain free on bond tonight. Well, the Democratic convention wrapped last night, and now the spotlight is on the Republicans, and presidential candidate and nominee to come, most likely John McCain, announced his pick for vice president. The details later on Fox News at 10. But first, meteorologist Melissa Holman has your Foxcast. Fox News at 10 continues after this.
Boomhauer's brother is marrying his ex.
It's like if the Russians landed on the moon after we did and then married it.
On the next,
you didn't tell me about this part, Dad.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, Friday at 10:35.
It's Toyota's national clearance event from the most fuel-efficient full-line car company on the road today. Lease a new 09 Corolla LE for $189 a month for 48 months with $1,688 due at signing. Hurry in now for this spectacular offer.
The Lazy Boy Labor Day sale is happening now. There's no better way to relax in style. And now with factory direct savings, now's the time to buy. Genuine Lazy Boy recliners from just $2.99. Luxurious leather from only $6.49. And stylish reclining sofas from $7.99. Come on, you work hard. You deserve it. The Lazy Boy Labor Day sale. Don't miss it. Only at Jordan Furniture, serving the Carolinas since 1953.
Here's your chance to get one huge deal. Now get 0% financing for 72 months on Ford's huge selection of vehicles. Pay no interest for 6 full years on Ford Mustang, Escape, Edge, Expedition, and America's most capable truck, Super Duty. That's 0 for 72 on Ford cars, trucks, CUVs, and SUVs. Hurry, this huge deal ends September 2nd. See your Carolina Ford dealer today.
For years, people have come to Ocean Boulevard to shop, eat, and go to the beach. And the fun continues all summer long with free entertainment brought to you by the Oceanfront Merchants Association. Street performers on Sunday nights. Tuesdays and Saturdays are concert night at Weiler Park. And fireworks displays are every Wednesday night right on the beach. It all happens downtown this summer in the heart and soul of Myrtle Beach.
It's Toyota's national clearance event from the most fuel-efficient full-line car company on the road today. Now lease a fuel-efficient new 08 RAV4 for $259 a month for 48 months with $28.58 due at signing. Hurry in now for this spectacular offer.
And now, the Foxcast, brought to you by Mega Match 6 from the South Carolina Education Lottery. And now,
good evening and welcome back. Looking at the forecast for the remainder of the night tonight, showers slowly coming to an end. Saw a couple storms pop up, especially in the PD throughout the past couple of hours. They're all diminishing at this hour. We're just left with a little bit of that cloud cover and a couple sprinkles out there. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies. And we could see some patchy fog form early as we move into the morning. Temperatures right now sitting at 81 degrees in Myrtle Beach, 77 currently in Florence, and 77 in Lumberton too. Some areas in the PED have dropped into the middle 70s underneath just a little bit of rainfall, places including Hartsville and just to the west of Sherrall. We saw a shower not too long ago too. Not expecting any showers as we move into midnight, expecting most of us to be dry by then. Overnight lows tonight in the lower 70s in the inland areas, middle 70s along the Grand Strand. Patchy fog forming as we move late tonight and early tomorrow morning, but that will quickly clear out as we move through the day tomorrow. Looking for high temperatures again, close to 90 all across the eastern Carolinas. Right now, Myrtle Beach sitting at 81 degrees, dew point of 75. That brings that humidity pretty high. 82% is the current humidity. Winds currently are light, and they'll remain light as we move into the remainder of the night tonight. In Florence, sitting at 77 degrees, humidity at 88%, and the closer that temperature gets to that dew point as we move into the rest of the night tonight, that is when we're expecting to see some of that fog form overnight tonight. Winds out of the northwest about 3 miles an hour, so light winds there and light winds in Lumberton too, where the winds are out of the east at 3 miles an hour. Current temperature sitting at 77 degrees after seeing highs today in the region in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Taking a look into the tropical satellite, really a lot to talk about. This right here is Tropical Storm Hannah, and a little farther to the west, this is what we're keeping an eye on for the Gulf Coast as we move into the beginning of the week. This is Hurricane Gustav, was upgraded again to a hurricane this afternoon. It is back over warm ocean waters, and it is expected to continue to intensify, so expecting to be a strong hurricane as it moves its way into the Gulf of Mexico. Currently it is south of Cuba, expected to clip the very western coast of Cuba before it makes its way out into the Gulf. Current winds are at 80 miles an hour, but as it moves over this warm ocean water, expected to strengthen, and winds are expected to be 120 to 125 miles an hour right now as it does make landfall. Landfall right now is expected to be somewhere along the Mississippi, Louisiana, or northern Texas coast. We're going to keep a close eye on this as we move into the next couple of days because it looks like it could be a strong hurricane by the time it does reach the United States. After that, it's going to continue to weaken after it makes its way across the land. We'll take a look back toward Hannah. This is a tropical storm, not quite as strong right now as Gustav, but it is expected to intensify over the next couple of days too. Winds currently 50 miles an hour, and it's going to move to the northwest the next couple of days before making a shift down to the southwest. What this means for us is expected to keep that storm to our south, expected to impact the Bahamas as we move into the next several days, and then expected to weaken. Big area of high pressure over the east coast. That is good news for us because that's going to keep that storm down to our south. That high pressure is going to enter in behind a cold front that is on the way. A couple showers expected for the next couple of afternoons, but what we're really going to be watching weather-wise is going to be Hurricane Gustav. Partly cloudy skies expected overnight tonight with temperatures in the low to middle 70s. Light winds out of the south. The winds out of the south tomorrow too. Couple showers by the afternoon, but not all of us will see that wet weather. Beach forecast winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And UV index is going to be relatively high at 9. We'll take a look at that 4+3 Foxcast and tell you when to expect sunny, hot temperatures. That's on the way.
Raceway Ford in Darlington has this Ford Focus, 32 miles per gallon, $194 per month, no money down. Employee pricing on F-Series saves you up to $10,000 with payments as low as $249 per month, no money down. Raceway Ford off the 52 bypass in Darlington. We're saving you money every day.
Time's running out on an unprecedented offer. Here's your chance to get one huge deal on the most capable truck on the road, Ford Super Duty. 0% financing for 72 months. That's right, 0 for 72. Pay no interest ever. 10 days only. Don't miss out. America's best-selling truck now with 0 for 72. Hurry, this huge deal ends September 2nd. See your Carolina Ford dealer today.
She grew up in a town called Faith.
Linda Kettner's dad started a successful business.
Linda's grandmother always said, God works through you and me, and if you find something wrong, God wants you to fix it.
Mom and Dad taught my brother and me to work hard and smart, to love and to be loved by God, and to take responsibility. I'm running for Congress because Washington's forgotten that.
Did you forget something?
Oh, yes. I'm Linda Kettner, and I approve this message. Thanks, Dad.
I think the biggest surprise in driving the Ford F-150 is how much I really like the vehicle.
We knew that people who don't drive a Ford would be surprised by Ford. So we went from town to town and friend to friend, inviting real people to drive one.
I hate to say it, but I like it more than I like my Chevy.
Wow, you feel like you have a true beast of a truck.
The bed's enormous.
It is, it's huge.
So I think anybody who needs a truck would love a Ford F-150.
Now your first 3 payments are on us on F-150, plus get up to $6,000 in total savings. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer.
I can't believe I'm beating Billie Jean King.
You're not beating me. In fact, you haven't even got a serve in.
Okay, you might want to take a gander at the scoreboard. Whoa, what's with the Geico sign, Billie Jean?
They're sponsoring all this.
I get it. I quit, but I get it. Oh, look at that's hilarious.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That short drive to Hartsville can save you thousands at Raceway Chrysler Jeep Dodge. A huge selection of Dodge Rams saving you up to $14,000. Town & Countries and Jeep Wranglers beginning at only $249 per month. Raceway Chrysler Jeep Dodge on the 151 bypass, where I guarantee you the lowest price.
Welcome back. Well, just hours after the Democratic National Convention wrapped up, Republican candidate John McCain announced his pick for VP. Kim McIntyre introduces us to the Republican running mate.
I am very pleased and very privileged to introduce to you the next Vice President of the United States, Governor Sarah Palin of the great state of Alaska.
A little-known Republican governor from Alaska took center stage with John McCain in Dayton, Ohio.
To have been chosen brings a great challenge. I know that it will demand the best that I have to give, and I promise nothing less.
The dark horse pick is someone McCain described as a reformer and someone with a fighting spirit and deep compassion who will shake up Washington.
She stands up for what's right, and she doesn't let anyone tell her to sit down.
44-year-old Sarah Palin is a mother of 5 and a Washington outsider who shares McCain's views against pork barrel spending and has a keen interest in energy and environmental issues. Palin was not mentioned in political circles as a frontrunner for McCain's VP slot, but Republicans are already touting her as a trailblazer.
The American people will have an opportunity to break the glass ceiling and put a woman in the White House.
Many could perceive this pick as a way to take advantage of disenchanted Hillary Clinton supporters, but Democrats say not so fast.
I don't think it really changes the dynamics. I think the Hillary Clinton supporters are going to follow lockstep with what Hillary Clinton has asked them to do.
That was Kim McIntyre reporting. Well, the economy is the #1 issue for many voters, and some Democrats are hoping people check their wallets before heading to the polls. They're trying to pin the current recession on Republican policies. Christine Romans is checking the facts.
What's at stake? Ask yourself a simple question. That is, are you better off now than you were when George Bush took office?
You'll hear a lot over the next 9 weeks about family budgets and the struggling middle class, and whether the economy is better off today.
In a word, no. You're comparing a recession today with 8 years ago when you were in a boom. And that's a tough comparison, no matter how you slice it.
Tough comparison indeed. Remember gas at $1.49? It has more than doubled during George W. Bush's administration. Most recently, $3.68 a gallon. Medical costs are gobbling up an ever bigger chunk of your hard-earned dollar. Think of it this way. More than 17 cents of every consumer dollar is spent on health care. Tuition and food prices are exploding as paychecks after inflation shrink. Economist Mark Zandi says the rich are a little richer, the poor a little poorer, and everyone else.
I think for the average American, they're treading water financially. Their incomes are about where they were 8 years ago, and their net worth is about where it was 8 years ago as well.
Historically, income rises. The Democrats blame White House economic policy. It's one reason many say John McCain must distance himself from Bush and choose a running mate strong on the economy. At the same time, the GOP warns against Democrats taxing and spending the country further in the hole.
And that was Christine Romans reporting. Well, computer giant Dell says its profits, well, they aren't looking so good. We'll tell you more. And hold on to your wallet. The price of oil is going up again, and we'll tell you what that means for you next in The Biz. And we'll get to see the works of two of Hollywood's biggest names in filmmaking, even though they are no longer alive. The details later in The Buzz.
You know, Einstein wore the exact same outfit every day.
Well, if she splits the atom, I'll let it slide.
On the next Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, Friday at 11:05.
For the next 72 hours, the all-new Lumberton Kia is selling all-new Kias for $96 down, $96 a month. That's right. The all-new Lumberton Kia on Elizabethtown Road is selling new Kias for $96 down, $96 a month. And on selected models, Lumberton Kia is giving you gas for a year. New Kias for $96 down, $96 a month, and free gas for a year on select models. This offer will not last long. The all-new Lumberton Kia, Elizabethtown Road.
Wow, that is a big lucky 13.
Actually, it's a big lucky 2013 because that's how long you have to finance your new Rooms to Go furniture and pay no interest.
That means that your interest is totally free until January 2013. See, I told you it was lucky.
Yeah, and you gotta love free, not fee like at other stores.
You put no money down and pay no interest for over 4 years. Just make equal monthly payments.
Who'd have thought 13 could be so lucky?
Obviously, Rooms to Go did.
Lucky for us.
Lucky for everyone.
Yeah, that means you people.
All of you.
Hey, I'm back, and so is the Honda clearance, which means two great things can happen. One, it's your chance to get a new, totally redesigned Accord or the fuel-efficient Civic, and two, at a savings that could be very opportunistic. Get it? Look, I may be animated, but it all adds up to me. Oop, guess I forgot to walk Oscar. The 2008 Honda clearance. Get APR financing as low as 0.9% on select Honda Accord sedans for well-qualified customers. I missed your opportunity, and I'm knocking. Yeah, Oscar!
You're gonna get guaranteed low prices, IGA.
It's time for those back-to-school specials at your hometown proud IGA. Family pack of T-bone steak, $4.99 a pound. 18-pound bag of Kingsford charcoal, $5.99. Kraft barbecue sauce, 79 cents. 5-pound bag of IGA sugar, 2 for $4. And an 8-pound bag of Western russet baking potatoes, $3.95.
Guaranteed low prices, IGA.
We have to remove your whole head. Don't worry. Doesn't hurt.
The new season of House, this September, Tuesdays at 7 on Fox.
Patients in cardiac arrest. Ouchie.
Now, The Biz on Fox News at 10.
Well, an oil rally loses steam. Stan Case has that story and more in Business Brief.
Stocks slumped on Friday. The Dow slid close to 1.5%. The Nasdaq tumbled more than 1.8%. Gustav's threat to facilities in the Gulf of Mexico had oil prices on a roll, as about 25% of U.S. oil production takes place there. But as the dollar gained traction against the euro, the oil rally lost steam. Crude lost 13 cents on the day and settled at $115.46 a barrel. Prices at the pump had been following the decline in oil prices, but now they're up for the first time in 6 weeks. AAA says the national average is $3.67 a gallon. A disappointing earnings report from Dell helped put a damper on the market. The computer maker reported second quarter earnings slid 17% compared to the same time last year. And personal income dropped last month by 0.7%. The decrease follows increases in May and June due to $90 billion in economic stimulus payments. For Business Brief, I'm Stan Case.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Well, if you don't have a bunch of cash to travel this Labor Day weekend, you may be able to catch a movie. Find out what will be showing on the big screen this weekend next in The Buzz.
Coming up this week on Not the News.
Hey, we're going to be at the Beach Boogie barbecue this weekend.
But if you can't get there, join us right here Saturday night for Not the News.
Not the News. Saturday night at 7:30.
The new season of Prison Break begins Labor Day on Fox.
What are you doing? Fixing the name. It's fiber none.
Looks like one.
Well, I know. Put an N there.
Ah, Fiber One Honey Cluster cereal. That's really good.
It tastes good, so there can't be fiber in it.
It's actually got about half a day's worth of fiber. It says so right in the box.
Really? Try it.
Honey, touch of brown sugar, crunchy clusters.
Any cardboard?
Cardboard, no. Delicious, yes.
We should give away free samples.
Get your...
The Hartsville Army-Navy store is your one-stop shop at the PD. We have a complete line of authentic military uniforms and gear, as well as boots, holsters, and other accessories for law enforcement. If you're a hunter or an outdoorsman, don't forget our hunting, outdoor, and western boots, sizes ranging from toddlers to adults. We have a large selection of steel and non-steel-toed boots for men and women, black leather boots from Harley and others, plus a complete line of leather clothes at discount prices. And if that's not enough, we have all types of hats and caps from casual to dress formal. You can find all of this only at the Hartsville Army-Navy store.
You are about to participate in a great adventure, an adventure called digital television. Digital TV has more channels, plus better pictures and sound. By law, all broadcast TV must be digital by February 17th, 2009. Some TVs will need an upgrade to get digital, or you could lose your TV signal. Get the facts. Go to WFXB.com or call 1-888-DTV-2009.
Last season's #1 new drama returns.
I don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles premieres Monday, September 8th on Fox. And now, The Buzz on Fox News at 10.
Well, now it's time for our weekly look at the new films in wide release. Here's Nanette Sosa with Now Showing.
I need a smuggler.
What's a package?
A girl. She needs to be in America in 6 days. Cross me, and you'll have no place to hide anymore.
In the futuristic thriller Babylon AD, Vin Diesel stars as Hugo Turop, a Special Forces veteran with a dangerous mission. What's wrong?
It's a missile linked to my passport.
How can you stop it?
Only by death.
Michelle Yeoh co-stars. Babylon AD is rated PG-13.
So you guys going on some sort of road trip to Fieldmont this weekend? I just went there last weekend to visit my bro. Almost didn't make it back.
3 high school seniors discover college, but not the academic part. College is rated R for pervasive, crude, and sexual content, nudity, language, and drug and alcohol abuse. And if you didn't get enough cinematic parody from Scary Movie and Date Movie, 2 of the men behind those flicks now bring you Disaster Movie.
And so I thought, could a simple New York City gal like me really beat the shit out of a pregnant teenager? I wonder.
Like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV, I must break you.
Disaster Movie is rated PG-13. For Now Showing, I'm Nanette Sosa.
Well, a rapper has pleaded guilty in a drug case. Entertainment correspondent Brooke Anderson has Hollywood Minute.
Rapper DMX has pleaded guilty to attempted marijuana and cocaine possession in Miami. But he has more legal problems to deal with. Next up, he'll be extradited to Arizona to face drug and animal cruelty charges. They were 2 of Hollywood's biggest names in filmmaking, Sidney Pollack and Anthony Minghella. Both of them died in 2008, but we'll get to see their final work on the big screen this year. The Reader, which stars Kate Winslet and Ralph Fiennes, is looking for a December release date. There had been speculation the movie might be delayed, but following a successful test screening in New York, the studio decided to release the film for Oscar contention this year. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Brooke Anderson.
And that's it for tonight's Fox News at 10. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.
At 9 p.m. Monday, Labor Day, the Rooms to Go January 2013 interest